Hello everyone, this is Mansi Bora, and today I'll be presenting my work on Palantir Foundry. And the dataset that I have chosen is regarding the supply chain management of beauty products. And the resource for my dataset is kaggle.com. Okay, so to begin with, what my data consists of, I would just like to show you about it. So there are various fields inside my data. So the first one is the product type. It tells you that your product belongs to a cosmetic product or a hair care product or a skincare product. The next one is stock keeping unit, SKU, which is a unique code which is used to identify a particular product. After that, you have the price for every product in the data set. Moving on, there is availability, which tells you the information about the product availability. Then we come to the number of products sold. That is how many number of these products have been sold till date. So it will tell you that. Then what was the revenue generated out of this kind of product? Next is the customer demographics. So it will tell you about the information about the customer characteristics. In our case, it is the gender of the customer. It might be male, female, non-binary, or you don't know yet. Then is the lead times. So lead times is basically the time required to order or receive the products from the suppliers. Moving on, we have the order quantities. Order quantities means the number of products ordered in one order or one shipment. Then is the shipping times. Shipping times is basically time required to ship the products from the warehouse or the distribution center to the customers. Next is the shipping carriers. So shipping carriers are basically the companies or services which are used to ship the products to the customers. After that, we have the shipping costs. Shipping costs are the costs associated with the shipping products. That is including the delivery fees or any additional tax fees. So all of that. Then is the supplier name. So the supplier names will be the vendors through which the name of the suppliers or vendors who provide the products or materials to that company. Then is the location. Location is the physical location associated with the data in the supply chain. It can be the location of the warehouse or the distribution center, anything. Then is a lead time. Lead time is basically the time required. Okay, it is the time required to obtain the products or materials from a particular supplier. Then we have production volumes, that is the number of products produced in a certain time period. Then is manufacturing lead time. Manufacturing lead time is the time required to produce a product from ordinary, like ordering the materials until the product is ready, like from the raw materials to a ready product. Then after that, we have the manufacturing cost, which is the cost related to the product, like the production process, including the raw material cost, labor cost, everything. It comprises of everything. Then after that, we have the inspection results. That is the results of the product or the quality of the material inspection, like if it has passed the inspection, if it has failed, or if it is still yet to be, inspected. Then we have the defect rates. Defect rates are the level of defects or the defects which are in the products that are being produced. Then is the transportation modes. Transportation modes can be anything: air, road, sea, or rail. So that is about it. And then we have routes. Routes or paths are basically the paths which are used to send the products from one point to another point in the supply chain. So there might be route A, B, C, whatever. Then you have the costs. Costs are related to various aspects of the supply chain, which might include your transportation costs, other costs, and yeah. So these are the fields that are present inside the data set. So the first thing that I did was I did the pipeline builder, which is this. So in this, I just normalized my column names and I converted all the columns into small case letters. Since we had no null values, there was no such requirement needed. There are a total of 100 columns in my data set. After that, I had built the ontology to convert them into objects. After it was done, I built the contour dashboard, the first one. So the contour dashboard, I have a few graphs visualizations present. So say for example, if you want to know that how many products have been gone, like have been passed the route A, route B, or route C, so you'll get the number from this bar plot. So 43 products out of these have been passed through route A, 37 through route B, and 20 through route C. So the total will be 100. So our fields are also 100. So yeah. Then next is the heat map. Heat map is basically knowing that if you want to, have two categorical values, comparison of two categorical fields that can be done. So in my case, I have used routes and product types. So if I want to know that from route A, how many product type like hair care has been passed, so I can know that 16 hair care products were passed through route A. Then if I want to know that through route C, how many cosmetic products were passed, so 5 cosmetic products were passed. So the sum of all these will also be 100, as we have 100 records. Next is a heat map for the supplier names and the transportation modes that they use. So if I want to know that which modes, how many times like has the supplier used the air mode? So there is 4 times. How many times he has used the rail, like the railroad? So 4 times. So you can see that supplier one had used the air most, like the maximum times, which is 13 times inside our data set. And this total will also comprise to 100. Next, I have the histogram for shipping carriers and the count of those. So say from carrier B, there were 43 number of products that were taken. From carrier C, 29, and from carrier A, 28. This will also comprise 200. So on and so forth. So this was about the contour dashboard. Next, I have the Quiver dashboard. So in the Quiver dashboard, I have a few visualizations again. It's just loading. Yep. So if I want to know, if I want to just go through my table, go through my values, I can just, have a glance at it. I can also like sort them into descending or ascending, like if I want to know that which were the maximum products which are available as per the SKUs. So there are like 100 available products for SKU 19. So all of these things can be done here. You can just filter out as per your requirement. If you want to know that which is the maximum cost, you can filter that again into descending and so on. So this is the first one. Next is the bar plot again for inspection results. So out of my 100 products, 41 are still pending for their inspection results. 36 have failed the inspection results and 23 have passed the inspection results. Next, if I want to know that what is the product type and how many, like what is the inspection result for those product types. Now this is like the further bifurcation of those. So now in skincare, I have total 40 products which are belonging to skincare products, 34 which belong to hair care, and 26 belong to cosmetics. So 40 plus 34 plus 26 will be 100. Now moving on, out of the 40 skincare products, 16 were pending for inspection results, 11 have passed the inspection results, and 13 have failed. Again, if you want to know that out of the haircare products, how many have passed, failed, or are still pending, you can just know those counts from here by segmenting it. Now here is the pivot table. So basically in the pivot table, if I want to know that if, say for example, supplier one, how many objects has it, passed to a particular location, and what was the sum of those manufacturing cost of those number of products. So say for example, supplier one had passed 5 products to Bangalore, and the manufacturing cost of those 5 products was 339.159. Let's assume that these values are in dollars, for instance. Then if I want to know the supplier 3, how many products that passed to Chennai and what was this manufacturing cost for it. And also the count of all these object counts for each of the cities like Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai, all of these will be 100 because we have 100 records. So this is about that pivot table. Then next I have line chart. This line chart is basically about the lead time, the shipping carriers, and the shipping costs associated with it. So if you want to know that for carrier A, what were the lead times and like how much time did it take and what was the average cost. So say for example, carrier A, between 2 to 4 hours it took around 6.55, so and so on. What was the average? This was the average cost. Say for example, for carrier B, between 10 to 12 hours of lead time it took around $8.34. Okay, so this is about a line chart. So it will help you know that what was the performance of the lead times and what was the average shipping cost that it required. Next is again the line chart for manufacturing of the lead time and the average cost of that. So say for example, here if I want to see that between 8 to 10 hours of manufacturing time, the cost was around 80. Similarly for carrier C, it was 88 here for 0 to 2 hours. So you can know the performance of the manufacturing lead time and their average manufacturing cost. Now here is a correlation matrix. Through this I can know it can be a positive correlation or a negative correlation. So positive correlation means that if the value of some field increases, the other might also increase. And if there's a negative correlation, they're not directly proportional to each other. So their behavior is opposite. So say obviously availability and availability or any cost amongst like between the two same fields, they'll have one as a correlation. But if you check for the other fields, now if, say for instance cost and lead time, so they have 0.24 of correlation. So 0.24 times is their correlation. So say for example manufacturing lead time and the price, so they're negatively correlated. So the negative correlation is minus 0.30. So they're not directly proportionally correlated to each other. So the correlation matrix can help you understand that. Next is again the plot for the product type and what was the total revenue that was generated out of that product, if I want to know. So for skincare, this was the total revenue. For hair care, this was total revenue. So this plot can help you know that. Next is again the heat map for the location and the product type. For example, now Kolkata, if you see that it has the most number of values for skincare, so there were like 13 products which were in the Kolkata's location. Then in Chennai, there were 9 skincare products. In Chennai, there were 5 cosmetic products, and so on. So Bangalore has the least, like there are just 3 cosmetic products in Bangalore. So this is about that. Here again, you have the plot for location and some of the stock levels. So say for example cosmetic products, so 472 stock levels, so 472 stocks are there on Mumbai location. So you can understand how much is the stock level for a particular location for the product type. So this was about the Quiver analysis. Next, I had built a few visualizations on my workshop. So we'll quickly go through that. In the workshop again, I have a few visualizations. So the first one is the pie chart for knowing the demographic of the customer. So 31% out of my data set are unknown, 23% are non-binary, male are just 21 and females are 25. Now next, this is filtering. So now if I want to know that for a particular defect rates, what was the inspection result? So for pending, if I want to know that what were the inspection results for pending, defect rates for the pending inspection results. So I can know that between 0 to 1, there were 11 values with pending. Between 2 to 3, there were 10 values. So you can just filter them as per your requirements to have a better understanding of the defect rates and the inspection results. Next is again the location and which products are present at that particular location. So say for example in Delhi there are 4 haircare products, in cosmetics there are 6 products, and skincare there are 5 products. Similarly in Chennai, what is the number of products for each of the product type? So that is about it. Then if you want to know that for a particular transportation mode, which product is available through which transportations, say from air, through flights, there were 16 skincare products that were transported. Cosmetics were 5, hair care were 8. Similarly, on road, there were 11 skincare products transported, hair care were 12, and cosmetics were 6 again. This is again the pie chart for the location, that how many products were present at a particular location. So 18% were there in Bangalore, 20 were there in Chennai. So these are the number of values that were present. This is again the filtering as per the shipping carriers and also the shipping costs and the product type. So if I want to know that for hair care, I select hair care through the carrier A, what was the shipping cost? So between 1 to 2, there was just $1 to $2. Let's take, for example, we are dealing in dollars. So between $1 to $2, there was just one product. Between 5 to 6, there was just 2. So you can know this behavior from this particular filtering. You can also add a filter for your overall overall all of these charts. So if you want to know if you just want to filter it out through the location Mumbai, so you can select Mumbai and you will get all the values as per Mumbai for your data set. So you can also filter out that. So say for Mumbai, there were 7 skincare products, 7 haircare products, and 8 cosmetic products. Through air, rail, road, all of these values can be filtered. So this is about the workshop. Next, I also have the AIP Logic built up. So in AIP Logic, I have built up through the LLM. I have inserted a prompt for it. So let us just run 2-3 examples through that prompt. So I have given this prompt that you are a supply chain management consultant using the provided data set on the supply chain management. Answer the following queries by analyzing the data and generating insights. And I have used the query tool for the same. So say for example, if I want to identify the supplier with the high defect rate, I'll just run the block now and it will tell me the answer for it. For my prompt, it will do the query. So the supplier with the highest defect rate is supplier 5 with an average defect rate of approximately 2.67. Now, if I want to know that which SKUs have the highest revenue generated, so I'll just insert that. So it has told me that SKU 51, SKU 38, SKU 31, 90, and SKU 2 have the highest revenue generated. Again, if I want to know that, if I want to rank the suppliers based on the lead times and defect rates, I do that. So my LLM model is running and it is learning from my data and giving me the output for the same. Yep. So I know that supplier 1 is average lead time of 14.78 days and their effect is 1.80. So for every supplier, it will give me the rates. Again, if I want to analyze the impact of customer demographics on the sales rates, insert the prompt. So if I want to analyze the impact of the customer demographics on the sales trends for the particular product type based on the lead times and defect rates, let's just do that. So it's giving me the output that the analysis of customer demographics and sales trends for product types based on the lead times and defect rates reveals the following insights. So the insights are that lead times, female customers experience the shortest average lead times for hair care products, that is 9 days, and the longest for skincare, that is 19.7 days. So it is giving me an analysis based on that. If I also want to identify the products with low stock levels and high sales rate, I can do that. Yep. So these are the products with low stock levels and less than 50 units and high sales rate, more than 100 units sold. So these are some examples. So you can literally study your data set. You can have those outputs from this LLM and through the AIP logic and the prompt that we have inserted. So this was about the AIP builder. I hope it was a bit insightful. Thank you so much.